أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
Time for sunnah will be given after the bayan, inshallah. Bayan ke baad sunnat, inshallah. Tashrif rakh, inshallah. Sunnah. So before the bayan starts, I request all those who are in the back, inshallah, make your way forward. As we know in Ramadan, we have a bigger crowd usually. We don't want to keep making the announcements, inshallah. Make your way forward, fill in the first rows, inshallah, please. Jazakallah.
السلام عليكم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله وكفى وسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى أما بعد. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's ni'mah and fadl on this ummah through the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam came to us in the form of Islam, our deen, our religion, our way of life. Islam is the reason why we are Muslim. We are not Muslim because Islam offers a great economic system or a philosophical understanding of the world, or because we offer a social service program that is equal to none. We are Muslim because of Islam. And when we realize and appreciate this fact, we will see the hikmah, the wisdom that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam in organizing his deen, in arranging the ahkam, the amal, the commandments, the rituals of deen in such a way that only a Nabi would be able to do that through divine guidance. This is the month of Ramadan. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept all our ibadat and du'as and everything else that we have done for the sake of Allah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept unconditionally what we have done conditionally. This is Allah's fadl. Although we don't deserve anything, Allah still gives us. We don't deserve this rahmah, Allah still gives us. So in this month of Ramadan, where we see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with us all the time, we see the ummah is together. We fast collectively in Ramadan as an ummah. This is the tawheed of the ummah, the unity of the ummah in the ummah, that no one else is able to bring together the ummah this way, where everybody is doing the same thing throughout the month. We've had military geniuses, we've had political geniuses, we've had political systems, we've had intellectual, mashallah, luminaries, we've had social workers, we've had reformers who all say we need to be united, but they all fall short of uniting the ummah this way, where in the month of Ramadan everyone is in Ramadan together. This only Allah does through the Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So this is the ni'mah that Islam gives us. The Islam means the 5 arkan, the 5 pillars of Islam, within which everything else is included. So if this Sawm in Ramadan, fasting in Ramadan is part of Islam, and this, when Muslims adhere to this rukun and this ibadah for the sake of Allah, following the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, by default they are united. We have some issues, moon sighting. These are silly issues. What are they? But the fact remains that Muslims fast, Muslims do their Quran, they give zakat and they give sadaqah, and they do all the ibadah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Ramadan as an ummah. The amount of sadaqah and khairat and the amount of money that is pouring out of Muslim communities in Ramadan, it is mind-boggling. This is all the ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam practicing Islam. Islam is what unites us. Theories don't unite us. Philosophies don't unite us. Programs don't unite us. Countries don't unite us. What unites us is Islam. And you can't argue otherwise, because you can't have 1 billion people across the globe doing the same thing at the same time through any of these methods. No matter how many billions of dollars you may want to invest, you can't do it. It's not possible, because it's not your job to do that. Your job is to follow Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's ahkam, commandments through the sunnah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Once you do that, you're united. And it's been over 150 years since we've been trying to unite the ummah on jihad, on khilafah, on tawheed, on aqidah, on social programs, academic programs. All these programs have failed, but yet Islam survives, and every year Muslims are united because of Islam, because of Jumu'ah, because of Salat, because of Zakat, and because of Hajj. and because of La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. This is Islam at its best. The issue is Muslims refuse to see this. And then they say, no, we should be united. But how much more united do you want to be than this? So this is not good enough. Why is it not good enough? Oh, because the West doesn't see it the way you see it. And that's the problem. You're keeping up with the Joneses. You want to please the neighbors. You want to please the community in which you live. But yet you fail to see the ni'mah Allah has given you. خسرت الدنيا والآخرة. So when we open our eyes and see this is the ni'mah of Islam, and this is the ni'mah of deen that came with Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we will appreciate that what we need to do is very simple. And it's not simplistic. Some of you say, well, where's our political platform? Politics means, by definition, you're divided. Look at this country. Allah preserve this country and give us the ni'mah in this country and give this country the ni'mah of Islam also. We're not knocking this country, we live here. This is our home. But yes, you see, the whole country is divided. Red and blue. And even in the red, they're divided. People go crazy when they have a false sense of unity and hope. The people who run this country, they're human beings, right? They're not angels. They have their own problems, their own frailties, their own failures. But yet the country runs. Why does it run? Because of the great organization, if you want to call it that, or the infrastructure, if you want to call it that, or the system, if you want to call it that. But then you see the system doesn't always produce what it's supposed to produce. Not in the form of leadership today. But yet we're here, enjoying the benefits of this country. May Allah preserve us and this country. What I'm saying is that in Islam there's a constant. What is the constant in Islam? The 5 pillars. These will never change. Political theories, ideologies, they will always change. Because they're subject to change. Your social programs will always change according to the context in which you live. The social programs we need here are different from those that we need in Africa. Your educational programs will change again according to the context in which you live, according to the time in which you live. They will always change. The constant for Muslims is Islam. 5 pillars in Islam, they have not changed. Why? Because this came from Allah. This came through the institution that is Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, through wahi, through his love, his dedication, his concern for the ummah, that this ummah should not deviate from Islam. And Islam is everything if it's nothing if it's not the 5 pillars. So in Ramadan we see Islam at work. And we must open our eyes and realize this ni'mah that Allah has given us, and not fantasize about something else. Like fish in water, asking, I need to swim, where's the water? Have you seen fish in the ocean? If you take fish out of the water, it is going to be very disturbed. Right? But when you're in the water and you're asking for Allah, Allah, give us your rahmah, give us your ni'mah, give us this, give us that. And Allah is saying, you're already in the ni'mah you're asking for. Realize, why are you being so opaque? In the month of Ramadan, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive us all. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam made a dua, as you know. 3 du'as. Or he said Amin to 3 du'as of Jibreel. A long story. What are those du'as? Well, Jibreel alayhi salam said, Ya Allah, Anyone who is in Ramadan and does not bring down Allah's rahmah on him, may Allah curse him. If you're in Ramadan and you don't receive Allah's rahmah, Jibreel said, may Allah curse that person. And Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said what? Amin. Why? Because when you're submerged in the ocean of rahmah and you wear scuba diving equipment and you protect yourself and your skin from everything by these false hopes, these fantasies, or through sin, or through negligence and ghafla, and you're not reading the Quran, you're not doing what you're supposed to do in Ramadan, then Allah will not forgive you. Why? Because you have stopped Allah's rahmah from penetrating you, from touching you on your skin. So the Prophet ﷺ said, this person doesn't deserve any dua from me. And he said, Amin to the dua of Jibreel. So when we're in the ocean of Islam, and when we have Islam all around us in our lives from morning to evening, and we are sitting fantasizing about something that is not necessarily going to be the way forward for the next 50 years, 100 years, then there's something wrong with us. Just as in Ramadan, if you go outside, there's a shower, and you're going to protect yourself from the water hitting you, and Allah's rahmah is not hitting you, then there's something wrong with you. The perspective of Muslims must change from appreciating Allah's ni'mah in front of them. لَإِن شَكَرْتُمْ لَأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ. As the Quran says, if you are grateful, I will increase you in your ni'mah. We already have Islam. Do we not? Are the 5 pillars the same as they were during the time of the Prophet ﷺ and the Sahaba? Or is there something wrong with that too? We don't want 5 pillars, we only want 4, or let's add a 6th one on. Nobody does that. So if Islam is the same, then what is the problem with the Muslim's perspective about Islam? I say is that we have not realized the ni'mah that is Islam. And we have theories, and we have ideas, and we have ideals of violence and terrorism and this program, this agenda, this issue and that issue, and then we miss everything. And Allah's rahmah somehow avoids us, somehow escapes us. We're never happy, we're never satisfied. If we're not satisfied that Islam is our deen, then there's something really wrong with us. As the Quran says, وَرَضِيتُ لَكُمُ الْإِسْلَامَ دِينًا. I have, on this day, I have willingly accepted Islam as your deen for you. This is what Allah says. Now today, those who are pious and noble, mashallah, give them nur and taqwa and hidayah and more and more. And those who are not, may Allah give us all tawfiq. But each group is suffering from this fundamental flawed ideology that this is not enough. It is enough, my dear brothers and sisters. Is enough for your najat, is enough for your salvation, which is the purpose of Ramadan. What happens in the last 10 days of Ramadan? What happens? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala delivers people from where? Isn't that the purpose of Islam? Is there any other purpose than deliverance from the fire of hell, najat and salvation in front of Allah on the Day of Judgment? Is there any other purpose? Oh, you want to establish a khilafah, you want to establish this economic theory, you want to establish this social program. Oh, subhanallah, mashallah, it comes by default. When you see Islam as a ni'mah, not when you see Islam as something that is deficient. Allah doesn't like it when you see His ni'mah as deficient. When somebody gives you a very, very nice car, a brand new car, and he gives you a key, and you're now finding faults in the car. Well, the wheel should have been this way, interior should have been this way, I should have a sunroof, I should have a spoiler, I should have this and that, I didn't like this. Then the owner will say, Assalamu alaikum, I'll take it back. Likewise, if Muslims look at Islam and they see Islam as deficient, Allah will say what? Assalamu alaikum, I'll take it back. And this is what's happening in the community, that Muslims are leaving Islam. Where's the najat and salvation there? There is none. My dear brothers and sisters, what I'm saying is that in these last few days of Ramadan, we must ponder about what the Prophet ﷺ said about the last 10 days. What did he say? The last 10 days is when Allah delivers from the fire of hell. And we must make dua as in line with the Quran. رَبَّنَا آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيَا حَسَنَةً وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ حَسَنَةً. And then, what's the last part? We want hasan in the dunya, good, gifts, glory, fine. You want hasan in the akhirah, good. Allah says there's one thing missing. وَقِنَا عَذَابِ النَّارِ. Save us and protect us from the fire of hell. We make this dua for us and for all the Muslims in the world, and we make dua that Allah gives this ni'mah to everybody that we know in this country and everybody else in the world. Amin. Ya Rabbil Alameen. Bismillah. Sunnat religion. Bismillah.